JiDion's past is catching up to him. Let's get right into it.
Mama, we made it! I'm in a Moist Critical video!
That is JiDion, losing his...
I ain't gonna lie. It's like a bittersweet thing if you ever end up in a Moist Critical video, because that nigga is either gonna roast you into oblivion or glaze you into heavens. But it's one or the other, and you don't want to be the latter.
mind because his favorite YouTuber, Penguin0, aka Moist Critical, finally noticed him. This is that same YouTuber 8 weeks later watching JiDion get himself arrested.
It is just a really bad and embarrassing look. He made a clown of himself here. Which is upsetting and disappointing to see.
On the 22nd of June 2026, while live streaming, JiDion got himself and 3 members of his crew arrested outside a McDonald's in Woodhaven, Michigan. He was charged with 2 misdemeanors, breach of peace and stalking. When things seemed like they couldn't get any
This nigga showing his face in his vids now? Word.
worse, the body cam footage dropped.
I am a multi-millionaire. I promise you, I can take this as far as you want. Officer, you will be in a deposition and you will be arrested.
Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we're going to cover everything you need to know about the recent JiDion drama, along with everything important that led up to it. For some people, or if you're employed, this probably seemed to come out of completely
All the charges got dropped though. I mean, I think in a lot of ways it's not about, the charges. It's, whether he actually sat in jail. Like, he was being a menace to society. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just bothering people. That shit was lame, regardless of the charges being dropped or not.
nowhere. But if you've been paying attention, the signs that something like this was coming have been there for months. JiDion first blew up making prank videos in the early 2020s. He built his entire brand around getting kicked out of places. Similar to creators like Jack Doherty, he was the loud, unpredictable prank YouTuber who would push boundaries until security eventually stepped in. By the time he reached his peak, he had over 8 million subscribers, with individual videos pulling anywhere from 11 to more than 16 million views.
Shit.
Videos like get
Damn. I know JiDion was up, but I didn't know it was moving like that. 16 M's per video? The fuck?
getting a haircut at the US Open, giving strangers massages at the mall, and plenty more followed the same formula. In January 2022, he was permanently banned from Twitch, following what was described as a hate raid targeting streamer Pokimane. The situation started after he told her viewers that she wasn't going to sleep with them, then encouraged his audience to spam L+ ratio in her chat. At first, Twitch only suspended him for 14 days, but after the incident gained widespread media attention, the ban was made permanent. Ironically, the drama didn't last long. JiDion eventually reached out to Pokimane behind the scenes, and the two of them later filmed a mukbang together, effectively putting the situation to rest. That became a recurring pattern throughout his career. Whenever he found himself in public drama, he would often contact the other person privately, and more often than not, the conflict would end there. That same pattern showed up again after his Twitch ban. JiDion snuck into a Twitch event with the goal of getting a picture with Tommy in it, and he actually pulled it off. However, Tommy wasn't happy about it, and neither was Twitch. But after JiDion reached out behind the scenes, the issue seemed too quiet.
I didn't watch that video, but I don't know why. That just seems like bitching and moaning that you got on the internet and said Tommy addressed the JiDion's situation, and you're kind of framing it as harassment. Now, I know JiDion has a tendency to harass people, so I don't want to jump the gun, but like, imagine making a video that you were harassed by another man as a grown man because he took a picture with you. Now, I might be overstepping though. I didn't watch the video. I don't know what happened, but that just sounds lame as hell to me.
Disappear. In July 2023, the NBA banned JiDion from league events after he pretended to fall asleep during a WNBA game as part of a prank. 2023 would become one of the biggest years of JiDion's career because it marked the release of his first major predator catching video. It exploded, racking up 26.9 million views, and to this day, it remains the most viewed video on his channel. Later that fall, he had another massive hit when he confronted EDP445 in a second predator sting. The video became iconic, partly because JiDion
Appreciate
showed
the
up wearing a
raid.
cupcake costume. But it also proved something much bigger. He no longer
Welcome
had
to
to
the
rely
Whereyouat
on
family.
prank videos to pull massive numbers. Eventually, JiDion announced that he wanted to turn over a new leaf and dedicate himself to Christianity instead of continuing the kind of content he had built his career on. He later explained that after talking with some of his friends, he genuinely believed the path he was on was leading him to hell. Because of that, he wanted to change his life and become someone who openly lived out his faith. About a month later, he followed through by deleting all of his prank videos. He said he was ashamed of that era of his channel because
Damn, so we took everything down. That whenever a YouTuber like takes videos down, it's like, okay, you're serious, because that's money, bro. That is a YouTube's bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? You take your videos down, you don't give a fuck about that money no more. So I will say that's kind of respect. Why are niggas talking about my age in the chat? What does that have to do with anything?
because, in his view, it spread negativity instead of
Exactly, I'm in my
positivity.
prime.
Honestly, that's a fair criticism. Most of his old content revolved around inconveniencing random people in public for entertainment. So seeing him distance himself from that was a welcome change for a lot of viewers. He even created a separate channel dedicated to Christian content, posting banger videos such as Don't Bust, Overcome Lust, and proof that dinosaurs are in the Bible. Unfortunately for him, this channel was not nearly as popular as his main content, and he has since abandoned it, likely due to low view count. Around the time of his rebrand, JiDion had already been streaming regularly and posting reaction clips on his second channel. This was alongside his major push into the PDF catching world. So he launched a series called EDP Watch, collaborating closely with fellow predator catchers Alex Rosen and JiDion's. Their approach followed a fairly consistent.
Now, do any of y'all watch JiDion's pred catches? I feel like I've been seeing that they be getting hella views, but we don't really watch them that much in this channel. Is that something that y'all want me to start reacting to?
Formula. They used decoy accounts to communicate with suspected predators, coordinated with law enforcement whenever possible, and documented the confrontations from their own perspective. Unlike
word.
many
I'll
creators in
start
the
loading
space
some
who
in.
simply chase viral moments, and sometimes even use it as an excuse to promote gambling sites like Stake, several of JiDion's investigations resulted in real arrests and, in some cases, criminal convictions. One of the biggest examples came in
And
December
that's where you got to give JiDion his flowers again. Like, he's actually putting some people in jail. He's not just out here, doing lame shit and then it's just only views. Like, he's actually putting people in jail. And that's why I do sometimes give him some grace, because I think he lost the plot on his last little situation. He got too caught up in the sauce, but I think he means well, bro. But, we can't just keep excusing people just because they mean well.
2025, a decoy working with JiDion's second channel communicated with Brian Brown, who believed he was talking to an 11-year-old. The video quickly went viral, earning nearly 3 million views. Brian was later arrested by the Marshalltown, Iowa
Like
Police
that stream,
Department
YouTube, like
and
that
in
stream.
June 2025 pleaded guilty to a felony charge of sexual grooming. JiDion's predator-catching era established him as one of the more recognizable creators in that niche, and it also led to a close friendship with Alex Rosen and JiDion's, as mentioned earlier. That friendship would eventually fall apart. For those that don't know, Alex Rosen has a long history of edgy-leaning humor, something JiDion
Yeah, let's not even downplay that. That's just not edgy leaning humor. Niggas are fucking lame.
Weirdo.
Overly.
later admitted he knew from the beginning. There's even a category on his Wikipedia page titled Use of Racial Slurs. The relationship finally collapsed after Alex publicly supported Chud the Builder. Chud was a streamer jailed on attempted murder charges after allegedly targeting black people, yet Alex donated $10,000 towards his bond and later pledged another $100,000
What's good,
during
Ricky?
a court hearing. On the 4th of June 2026, JiDion released a video titled This Is the End, publicly distancing himself from Alex. In the video, he said,
Alex was on Twitter talking about how he supports Chud the Builder, things of that nature. But then he did something even
Multi-millionaire but can't afford a hair transplant. Hey, bro. Maybe some people accept going bald. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Fun fact, my dad, RIP my pops, love you pops, you know what I'm saying? He was bald on purpose. So, you know what I'm saying? We not gonna just accept bald slander in the chat, bro. Some people like being bald. It's not a sin to not have hair. Shit.
Been a step beyond. He went and donated $10,000 to Chud the Builder's bond so that he can be back free on the street. And I just cannot tolerate that, and I do not respect that, and I have to make a stand.
A few months before JiDion publicly split from Alex Rosen, another one of his close friends, Skeeter Gene, had been uploading a series about his uncle, Joe. According to Skeeter, Joe had allegedly been physically abusive towards his grandmother and had a long history of violence within the family. The series goes into much more detail, but the basic story is that Joe had been illegally squatting in Skeeter's grandmother's house. After months of legal proceedings, Skeeter was finally able to get permission to evict him. That was when JiDion and Skeeter came up with the idea for a collaboration. The plan was simple. JiDion would livestream while Skeeter confronted Uncle Joe, all with the goal of annoying him enough that he would leave the house for good. At first, everything seemed to go according to plan. JiDion blasted music throughout the house, while Uncle Joe became increasingly frustrated, repeatedly trying to call the police.
What do you want, man? What the do you want?
Oh my god! Oh! What was coming out of his mouth? That was disgusting.
Yeah, he was coming out.
Oh shit!
Police over here.
This nigga got rabies? What's going on with cuz? What is that substance coming from his mouth?
Get away from me! I'm in my room. Get away from me!
Oh my
No,
god!
we can't! Get out of here! Don't bother me!
We don't want anything from you. We're just going to my room.
Bro, we're not like Skeeter, man. We're not here to ball.
Eventually, Joe gave up and left the property, and that should have been the end of the stream. Mission accomplished, everyone goes home. Instead, JiDion kept pushing. Leaving the house apparently wasn't enough. He wanted to—
He finna slobber on you next, Berto? Nah, bro. Weirdo. Don't even put that on me, gang. That shit genuinely made me uncomfortable. Why the fuck was he foaming from the mouth like that? Nigga genuinely might have had rabies.
keep provoking Joe in hopes of getting an even crazier
Imagine the
reaction
breath.
on camera. So rather than ending the stream on a successful eviction, JiDion, Skeeter, and eventually a growing crowd of viewers began following Uncle Joe around town, annoying local businesses, all while TTS was blasting.
Joe, I know you're back here. Joe. You don't know Joe? Joe. Joe Mama.
Can I get a turkey tom?
Turkey Tom?
Yeah.
Please?
Yeah, please.
Get him that. I want that too.
As they walked, several fans stream-sniped JiDion by showing up on bicycles. Rather than telling them to leave, JiDion pointed them towards where Uncle Joe was headed, and before long, the crowd followed him all the way to a McDonald's. Eventually, the crowd of fans got so large around this McDonald's
This is where
that
everything went completely wrong.
the management was forced to call the police. When officers arrived, they trespassed JiDion, Skeeter, and the crowd from the restaurant, rather than removing Uncle Joe. Hearing that, JiDion came up with what might have been the worst idea of the entire stream. If I can't go in there, surely my fans can. He handed his camera equipment to a random fan and told him
Bro, Berto, I'm not lying. You should do more animations and storytelling because that was your peak phase. Well, you know, all chapters sometimes come to an end. But I did just launch my new series. The first episode to my new series is out on my channel right now, and I'm going to show you guys the trailer for that right now. Go check it out, man. Enjoy.
I ain't gonna lie, probably the hardest things I've done in a while, man.
My name's Berto, Whereyouatberto, and I am going to be attempting virtually the impossible to get a black belt in 24 hours.
Where you at, Berto?
That is the trailer to my new series, the first episode of my Where You At series. It's out on the channel out right now. If you guys want to check it out, the link is in the description. Give me some feedback. I'm really excited about this one. This is pretty much my new passion project where, you know, I can finally be creative and step out into the world and do a whole bunch of new stuff. So I'm really excited about it. Tap in if you're interested. If not, it's cool. Now let's get back to the video. No cap.
to go inside the McDonald's to continue filming.
Should we give them the camera? He's just sitting in there?
He's sitting in the corner, yeah.
Here. Did he bang you?
Yeah.
Here.
He's banging you guys corner?
Yeah. Do this. Do me a favor. Okay, here. Be very careful. Just wear this.
Which way?
Just on your back.
Okay.
Wear it as a backpack.
That nigga giving him the TVU? That's like a $30,000 bag.
You didn't trespass him, so shut the fuck up!
The fan barely made it to the door before officers stepped in and stopped him. Moments later, JiDion was placed under arrest. In total, 4 people were arrested on charges including breach of peace and stalking. A post on JiDion's YouTube community page called on supporters to attend a peaceful protest outside the Woodhaven Community Center the following day. Fans were encouraged to wear white shirts as the Free JiDion slogan spread across social media after clips of the arrest went viral. During a live stream of his court appearance on June 23rd, it was revealed that JiDion's bond was set at $10,000 before he was released pending his next court date. The protest itself ended up drawing fans to the police precinct, although it wasn't entirely clear what they were hoping to accomplish. The incident quickly drew criticism from commentary creators, including a creator named Bloodspeth. His biggest criticism wasn't necessarily that JiDion had gotten himself arrested, it was that he had encouraged a largely teenage audience to follow and harass someone who had
Yeah, I think that was one, he was fucking with the people that, you know, are just working and trying to do their job. So I didn't like that. But definitely the most important thing is, yeah, bro, you was sending them teens in there and them teens ended up getting arrested. And mind you, like, they on some stupid shit. They just trying to have fun, be a part of something. But like, JiDion, that's your responsibility, bro. And I thought that was pretty lame of him. But again, bro, I've been saying it. I'm not trying to cop bail for bro, but I think he really need to sit down and learn to just grow some discipline as a man. Cause I feel like every time we react to JiDion, he always kind of like on some, oh, I messed up again, you know, I gotta do better, and it's just like, bro, I'm not trying to hear all that, bro. Lock in.
Already been described as violent. If Uncle Joe had actually attacked one of those fans, JiDion would have shared the responsibility for directing them towards that situation. Thankfully, nothing like that happened.
If you have children, try and imagine them at that age going out and searching for a violent criminal because a YouTuber thought it was funny. And if you don't have kids, imagine any kind of loved one around that age in that position. As a popular and influential figure, it is JiDion's responsibility to make the right decisions, not the kids.
At first, JiDion didn't seem to think he had done anything wrong. During his own live stream reacting to the arrest, he even claimed he planned to sue the Woodhaven Police Department and the officer who arrested him once the case was over. That confidence disappeared on July 1st, when YouTube channel Code Bluecam uploaded the police bodycam footage. For the first time, everyone could see exactly what had happened from the officer's perspective, and it made JiDion look far worse than the original live stream.
I feel like he needs to like work on himself, bro. Now, I promise you on everything I love, I'm not gonna make this about his weight or like I'm not trying to body shame, but I will say sometimes when I be telling y'all need to go to the gym and like really work on yourself and build yourself, like it be little things like that where you can see where his priorities lie. Like, and the only reason I'm bringing up like his body is because I feel like, again, that's the clearest, like, bro, you're a multi-millionaire. You're a you know what I'm saying? You say you want to do the right things, but you also say you can't control yourself when you're on live stream. You say that you just get so caught up in the sauce that, you know what I'm saying, you just, oh, I'm going to have fun and I'm going to start trolling people. That just shows me, like, you're weak mentally. You know what I mean? And I just feel like a lot of times I be like, bro, going to the gym and working on your body, it literally is like iron sharps iron. Strong body, strong mind, strong soul. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's the only thing that matters in life, but I be looking at pattern when I like meet people and I'm interacting with people. Sometimes like the way you carry yourself, the patterns that you do in your everyday life, it is a reflection of everything. They say how you do one thing is how you do everything. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's like, it's not the one say all be all, because obviously people that are in shape could be assholes. But I just feel like somebody like him, you have all this money, you've accomplished so much, You've put bad people in jail. You've grown in so many ways. I really feel like the next arc is JiDion locking in with himself and completely shifting his brain all around. That's my opinion, though. You know, again, I don't know the man, but I think there's some truth there.
Did. The footage showed him loudly urging his fans to take his camera into the McDonald's after police had already ordered him to stay out. Not only that, but the Bodycam footage released an extended cut of JiDion screaming that he was a multi-millionaire, something that had originally been heard from the live stream, but now that there was footage of him actually getting arrested, it made it look much worse.
I am a multi-millionaire. I promise you, I can take this as far as you want. Officer, you will be in a deposition and you will be arrested. This is...
Here, back here.
No! Call Jake and have him get my lawyer. Call Jake and get my lawyer.
Is this really the route you want to go, officer? Yep. Okay. Do you want to waste taxpayer dollars? Yep. Officer, can I ask you a question?
No. It's like he just be coming off as a big-ass crybaby, and it's like, that should be lame.
Can I please
sit?
Do you really want to abuse me, officer?
Get your foot in.
I can't even fit in here,
Get your foot in.
Officer, I can't even fit in here.
Get your foot in.
How are you going to arrest somebody that never even went on the property?
Nearly every comment on this video focused on how embarrassing the entire situation looked. Ironically, JiDion even livestreamed himself reacting to the Bodycam footage. He seemed to believe that, regardless of the criticism, the situation had still produced great content, and he didn't look that bad. The internet didn't see it that way, and public opinion shifted almost overnight. People weren't upset that JiDion got arrested. They were upset that he appeared willing to put his own fans in harm's way just to squeeze a few more viral clips out of the stream. The backlash spread quickly, eventually reaching creators like Critical, who tore into the Bodycam footage live on stream on July 5th. I think that's the moment JiDion realized how bad—
Berto, don't ever act like this, you'll disappoint us. I mean, bro, I'm not perfect, but that's just that's not even within my character for words like that to come out of my mouth.
Actually, he had misread the situation. The next day, he deleted his reaction streams to the Bodycam footage and uploaded a 16-minute video titled "I Quit." In it, JiDion says live streaming had pulled him away from the Christian values he wanted to live by. He announced that he was done with live streaming and wanted to focus instead on predator-catching content, rather than creating public disturbances for entertainment. But if he was hoping to get ahead of the story, he was already too late. Barely 20 minutes after the "I Quit" video went live, Critical dropped his own 30-minute video covering the situation, and what had been streamer drama went fully mainstream, pulling in almost 5 million viewers within the first 4 days.
Yeah, bro, that's like, if I ever end up in a Moist Critical video, I hope it's with nothing but praise and glaze. Because this nigga start talking shit about you, you're done. If Moist Critical puts you in a YouTube video, just get ready to have your face plastered up on every reaction channel ever with big bold text. It's over. Facts. You might have to go into hiding for like a year before you pop back out. And depending on what you did, you might not be able to recover, bro.
8 hours.
What's good, Zen?
You very clearly went over the line here when it came to this squatting situation, following him around, and then routinely going into that McDonald's, trying to film it, sending an army of kids in there to also do your bidding as well. The employees didn't want you in there doing that either. Like, the actual workers that are just there trying to make a living, now getting, forced into this content to be fucking props, NPCs for this content here, where you've gone way outside the scope of, like, trying to get a squatter out of a residence. Like, it's just, there is no bias here. Like, they did what they were supposed to do.
As for JiDion's statement, it didn't land particularly well either. It felt like a video he had made in the heat of the moment, rather than something he had really thought through, and the comments reflected that almost immediately. Throughout the video, JiDion says the word genuinely more than 20 times, and most of the top comments are making fun of him for that fact alone.
Genuinely.
That's an ongoing meme, bro. Are you talking about him saying YouTube Jesus? Everybody calls him that.
Genuinely.
As of writing this, the situation is still ongoing, so it's hard to say where JiDion will end up when the dust finally settles. But I don't think this is going to be the type of incident that will necessarily kill his career, provided he of course doesn't dig himself deeper. That being said, it does seem to have, at least for now, left a pretty bad mark on his reputation. If you take a quick look at the comment section on any of his latest videos, or even videos from his collaborators, you will quickly notice hundreds of comments making fun of his multi-millionaire comments, as well as his overuse of the word genuinely. Bro genuinely tried seducing a multi-millionaire. Bro clearly didn't know that you were genuinely a multi-millionaire. Thanks, Jid, for being a genuine multi-millionaire. You rarely see it. You are the most genuine. Keep catching and locking these preds up. Since posting the I Quit video,
I hate how, I mean, he was spamming that hoe, but now it's like, for a regular nigga, you use the word genuinely, now you gonna feel weird. Now anytime you use the word genuinely, the internet gonna be like, genuinely, or are you really being genuine, nigga?
JiDion has uploaded 2 separate full-length predator catch videos within 3 days of each other, which could be his strategy of moving on from and overcoming the controversy, or it's just a coincidence. Personally, whilst I do think JiDion is overall a good person and means well, I don't think he would have responded the way he eventually did if it wasn't for the fact public opinion was quickly shifting against him the more the situation blew up. The only things that seemed to change between him claiming that he was going to sue the police department, that his rights were violated, and debating small commentary channels who criticized him, to privating his videos, apologizing for his behavior, and wanting to collaborate with the police department, was the situation going viral and the internet turning against him. Commentary YouTubers such as Samuel have created videos labeling JiDion's response as quote performative, and
his name's not Samuel. That shit say sloppy mule. Sloppy mule. Jesus. This thing is channel's name Sloppy Mule.
mentioning the fact that he does predator catching videos doesn't automatically mean he can't be criticized or judged, which is a pretty valid take. A strange pattern I've noticed across this entire drama from JiDion's side is how he seems to be constantly testing the waters of just how far he can push things. His initial response to the commentary video calling him out for his original stream before the Bodycam footage had even gone live was to hop on stream, act like he did nothing wrong, and then debate the YouTuber who called him out. Upon getting some pushback on that video, he deleted it. Then, when the Bodycam footage released, he reacted to that on stream as well, pushed back on the comments being made against him, and published a VOD where he was defending himself. Sure enough, after there was some pushback in the comments section, he deleted that too. Making this video was actually kind of difficult because of the fact that JiDion seems to post something, get a negative response from his audience, and then instantly remove it, rather than just updating the description, pinned comment, or directly addressing that upload with an update. There is something about that feels evasive, and
it doesn't feel genuine? I thought it felt pretty genuine.
It's more like damage control than a genuine response. There comes a time with almost every IRL streamer when they get lost in the sauce and can only think in terms of views and clip farming. This is the phenomenon that I think occurred with JiDion, as he made several impulsive decisions without really thinking about them. Do I think he maliciously involved his fans or tried to get people arrested? No. Do I think that in the heat of the moment he made a very bad judgment call because the inherent format of IRL streaming incentivizing doing the most obnoxious thing ever 24/7? Yeah, pretty much. If he is true to his word, hopefully he can learn from this extremely terrible fumble and focus on the type of content that, as he puts it, brings him closer to Christ.
Yeah, again, when we initially reacted to this and him saying that he's done streaming, period, I was kind of like, again, it showed to me that he still has a lot of work to do self-development wise, because streaming isn't the problem. Self-control is the problem. And I think he just really needs to lock in with that. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Where you at, family? I'll see you on the next video. Check out my Where You At episode. The link to that is also in the description. I want to see you there. Go.